talk about.
I have been painting and drawing cat memes for a year now, and I mean a lot of them. For me, it all started with cat beards. By the way, this is Jerry, and he's going to be helping me with this part. A cat beard is when somebody takes their cat and they hold it up to their face as if it was their beard. They photograph it, and they post it online. Why? Because they saw somebody else do the same thing, and they liked it. But cat beards, and cat memes for that matter, the cultural meaning goes far beyond the funny and the playful. Simply, it's about the sharing, the way we relate to each other. For most human beings, for most of us, a sense of connection is something that we crave. And that's why I would like to share a story with you today of how all this started for me. Last year, I was finishing my manuscript under a deadline when I received the horrifying news that a friend, one who I had loved since my childhood, had died. And worst of all, it seemed senselessly to me because he chose suicide. The wind was completely knocked out of my sails. I was devastated and on the verge of emotional breakdown and exhausted from my book, and my fiancé, he insisted of all things that I Google cat beards. It was love at first click. And months later, I realized I had a bit of a problem. My sketchbooks, they were piling up, but I didn't know why I was drawing the work. So I showed them around, and I noticed the way that people reacted to them. Even people who were not interested in art were attracted to my drawings made from cat memes. That was interesting to me. Well, hold the phone. You may be wondering, what the heck is a cat meme really? Well, they have to do with cats. That much we know, but what about that word meme? Well, I asked a college student of mine what she thought meme meant, and she said this. A meme is like an inside joke on the internet. Well, this is true functionally, but it is not the whole meaning or story. Let's take the game telephone. You know, where children sit in a circle and they whisper a message to each other, and the message reaches the last child in the circle, and then they stand up and they say what they heard. I always loved how that game never seemed to work. How cucumber salad would turn into beach ball by the end. The thing is that in culture, memes work the same way as the game telephone. I think they get more interesting. Some memes, they adapt, and they get deeply rooted in our consciousnesses as individuals and as cultures. Some memes, too, they oftentimes sort of change through the way that we use them. And then they get stronger, and they stamp out other memes that are weaker, lesser memes through a sort of snowball effect of popularity. And memes are everywhere in modern culture, but it's the internet where the miraculous and fantastic cornucopia of cat memes has thrived. Have you ever seen a funny cat video? A funny cat picture? On the web, in an email? How about your office bulletin board? Oh, come on, I know you all have cats and your office on a bulletin board, and that's okay. And if you've seen those are cat memes, yeah? If you've seen them, you've been memed. I was memed, and I was memed in a very uncomfortable way. Unconsciously, you see, that first viral cat meme picture that I was shown by my fiancé was his way to say in the face of my deep grief, and all those extreme challenges, hey, Catherine, there is something in life still worth smiling about, and perhaps more importantly, I love you. By drawing these cat memes, unconsciously, completely unconsciously, I was trying to cope with my loss and relive those feelings with my fiance of love and connection. Once I knew why I was drawing so many kitties, I had to ask myself, what does this body of work say? What has it taught me? Well, I think it's simple. I think my work says, hey, here this is, cat memes. There are a lot of them, and they're everywhere. And secondly, it's taught me to loosen up my viewpoint about technology. Before this project, I thought of technology, and there's a lot of tech people here. I thought of technology as nothing but impersonal and a destructive force in society, only serving to undermine our very humanity. I do not text. But never in painting these paintings or drawing these drawings has this sentiment come out in the work. And that makes sense to me, because art should widen, not narrow our point of view. Art should be open to interpretation, and good art for discovery. So I think one can say that my work here has taught me to look upon technology much the way a good piece of artwork presents an idea, openly. So now I can look on the positives, and that's because I was memed, and maybe doubly memed by my own work. Traitor. So, as psychologists might say, humor is a way to create a universal connection, and that an inside joke shared is a way to carve out bonds to reinforce relationships within a group of individuals. That is a positive. My takeaway is that when it comes to technology now, I see the bad with the good, and I will look for what's important. The connection, the sharing. Thank you.